Bhagavad Gita teachings, chapter 7 and 8. Before we go on to chapter 7 and 8, let's start today's session with a small prayer. जय गुरुदेव, जय माता जी, श्री गणेशाय नमः, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय, जय बजरंग बली, ओम क्राइस्ट, हे प्रभु, हे माँ जगत जननी, दया करें, कृपा करें, रक्षा करें, कल्याण करें, हमारे अपराधों को, हमारी गलतियों को क्षमा करें. श्री गणेशाय नमः, श्री गणेश. Now let's go on to chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, which is devotional path of finding the God, Bhakti Yoga. Let's do some bhakti, let's do some chanting. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Nath Narayana Sudeva He Nath Narayana Sudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Nath Narayana Sudeva He 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 Nath Narayana Sudeva Shri Krishna Shri Friends, this is how you should start your spiritual day. If you are if you are meditating, if you are learning meditation, if you are interested in learning meditation, then before you start your meditation, do a small prayer, offer it to God, offer it to the welfare of all beings, and after that, do a small bhajan, kirtan, or chanting, and remember God through the path of devotion. I welcome you to my channel Eternal Journey. Like and subscribe the channel. This channel is on spiritualism, on meditation, and on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. If you are interested in anything of these things, then do remain in touch with me. Do go on to my channel Eternal Journey, where you will find teachings on these subjects like spiritualism, meditation, and Bhagavad Gita. If you have any query, any quest, any inquisitiveness about spiritualism, meditation, or Bhagavad Gita, you are most welcome to write the comment. Leave the comment. I will try and answer them to the best of my capability. Coming on to chapter 7 Bhagavad Gita, God says the chapter's name. Can anyone who reads Bhagavad Gita write in comments what is the name of the chapter 7 and chapter 8? The name of the chapter 7 is Gyan Vigyan Yoga, or the knowledge of the God and of science. God says, out of thousands of people, one tries to know me. So, friends, just because you are watching this video, believe that you are one of the thousands of people who are trying to find God. But the journey ahead of it is still even more difficult because God says, out of thousands of people who try to find me, only one finds me or only one reaches me. So you got to be that one. Be sincere, be devoted with the devotion, surrender to God, pray to God, and be an honest devotee of God, and you will definitely find God. I suggest if you do not have a guru and you are interested in learning meditation, then you must find a guru at the earliest because that is how uh, this path is. The sooner you have a master, the better it will be for you. The simpler will be your journey towards spiritualism or God realization. Until then, keep meditating. In my YouTube channel, I have given many meditation techniques. In today's chapter 7 also, we will talk about one more technique of the meditation because in chapter 8 verse 12 God talks about meditation, and that we will discuss today. So God says, out of thousands of people one tries to know me, and one out of thousands of people who try to know me, only one finds me. God says, I am the origin and dissolution of everything, which means this universe, this creation has been created by me and it will be destroyed by me. God says in Bhagavad Gita, at my will I create this universe and at my will I dissolve it or destroy it. So this cycle of creation and destruction goes on again and again until you go to the God. So you also get destroyed. You take birth again and again. We take rebirth again and again until and unless we finally go to God. That is the place from where we have come. We have come from God in this body, and in this body we live as soul. The place of the soul in our body is the heart. The place of the God in our body is heart. Although He is in every part and fragment of the body, He is in the smallest part of the hair also. But of course, the loving place where He is found is the heart, is the place for soul and God both. So be a soul realized master. How do you become a soul realized master? Meditate. If you meditate, and what is meditation? Meditation is finding God through certain techniques. Those techniques are very simple, very easy, but very difficult to perform because we try to control mind through those techniques, and the controlled mind then we try to put it on and fix on God. So meditation is through certain techniques we try to focus our mind on God, and with devotion and surrender, when we continuously surrender ourselves, our mind towards God, He definitely blesses us and He comes to us, and then we become a self realized or soul realized man. God says, I am the taste of water, light of sun and moon, and I am the Om mantra. So in mantras he says, I am Om. In mantras he says, I am Gayatri mantra. And he says, I am the intelligence of the intelligent person, and I am the strength of the strong people. He says, everything is because of me. I am about the three modes of the nature. In chapter 5, he says, what are the three modes of nature? They are sattvic, rasic, and tamasic gunas. God says all these three gunas are the ones responsible for our conduct, behavior, and the existence on this earth. The ultimate aim has to be get about these three gunas, three characteristics of the nature. The sattvic, the rasic, and the tamasic. Sattvic people speak truth. They do correct charity. They perform right activity. Sattvic people want some fruits for the action they have done. If they do some charity, they expect something in return. And the tamasic people, they are ignorant people, they are mad people, they are foolish people. They like tamasic food. Tamasic food is something like stale food, tasteless food, and food that doesn't give you energy. So this tamasic character, God says, I'm above these three modes of the nature, and you should first try to come to Rasic nature from Tamasic, and from Rasic you should go to Sattvic, and then finally you should go to beyond these three modes. Sattvic you can understand as positive, and Tamasic as negative, and the mixture of both of these two can be termed as Rasic. At times, Sattvic is predominant in us. At times, Tamasic is predominant in us, and at times, Rasic is predominant in us. And whatever time, whatever mode is in predominance in us, we behave in that particular fashion. So God says, I am above these three uh, modes of the nature. You should also get above this. God says, four types of people try to come and find me. One is the person who is in distress. If you are at pain, then because of the pain, you might think of finding God. Then second kind of people are the people who want wealth and success. And the third kind of people are the inquisitive people. The inquisitive means people who want to know what is God, where is He, how is He, where does He live, what are His characteristics, what is this creation, why is it. So this inquisitiveness takes them to the kingdom of the God. And finally, the last one, the fourth one, is the one who loves God unintentionally, unconditionally. And God says, I love such kind of people who love me without any condition. So God says, I am in everyone's heart. God says, my place is the heart of the living beings. Again and again, this statement come in Bhagavad Gita that He lives in the heart of the living beings. He says, I know the past, present, and the future. He says, oh Arjuna, today you are not willing to fight because you think you are going to kill these people, but that's not the fact. These people have lived in the past, they are in the present, and they all will be there in the future. You and me also have been there in the past. We are there today in present, and tomorrow we will there be in future again. I know I have seen everything, but you don't know. You don't remember. That's the problem. That's why you think you will be killing them. You will not be killing these. They are eternal because soul is eternal, unborn, originless. It has no beginning, no middle, and no end. So don't think you will be killing these people. Just fight. Stand up and do your dharma. Karmanye vadikaraste. Ma phaleshu kadachan. Ma karma phale hitormurma. Te sangovastu karma. Your duty is to fight and not to expect any result. Don't think of loss or victory. Don't think of loss or win. Just do your duty because if you lose, if you die, you'll go to heaven. And if you win, you will enjoy there. So coming on to chapter 8 now, friends. Chapter 8, the name of this chapter. Can anyone who reads Bhagavad Gita tell me the name of this chapter? The name of the chapter is Akshar Brahma Yoga. I call it, I don't know what scriptures say, what others say, because I have not heard many people, and I have not read many people, but I think Om is the Akshar Brahma. Om, the Omkar Nad, which originates on its own. You don't have to create or percolate something to create the sound of Om. It gets created on its in the universe. This word is Akshar Brahma. The God has two forms, personal and impersonal. God says in personal form I am easier to find. If you pray to God in a temple or in front of a statue or in front of a photograph, it's easier to find him because you can see him in form. And if you try to find the impersonal God, that is the Om, the Akshar Brahm, or the formless form of God, wherein you do not find any form, then it is slightly difficult. So try to be a devotee and try to worship me in the personal form. What meditating yogis do, they try and find the God through the impersonal, through the techniques of finding God in impersonal form. However, once you find the impersonal God, then the personal and impersonal become same. There is no difference. You worship impersonal, he will come to you in personal form. And if you worship God in personal form, he will show you his impersonal form also. God says, and I have told you this technique in the previous lesson, that meditation technique is focusing the eyes or the mind at between the eyebrows. Focus your mind and concentration between the eyebrows. That is the technique. And in chapter 8, God says, if at the time of death you focus between your eyebrows and from there, if you leave this body, you don't come back to this earth. But friends, if you do not meditate while you are alive, you do not make it your uh, habit, then at the time of death you will be running around, your mind will be running around everywhere other than the eyebrow, the place between the eyebrows or the agya chakra. So if you want to remember God at the time of death, then during the time while you are alive, you should concentrate and devote your maximum time to finding God, to concentrating between the eyebrows. So at the time of death, you automatically focus between the eyebrows. God says in this chapter itself, at the time of death, when the moon is waxing, in the waxing phase of moon, that is when the moon is increasing, and when the moon is moving towards the north for the 6 months, that is the time when you die. You go to my heaven, you come to my abode, and I take care of you. And in the phase of waning moon, when the moon is declining, it is going towards Amavasya. That is the time when the and when the moon is traveling south in next 6 months. If you die in those 6 months in the waxing period of the moon, then you don't come to my place. You take rebirth again on earth. In this chapter, Lord says about one meditation technique. Sarva Dharani Sanyamya Mano Hradi Sarva Dharani Sanyam, by controlling all the gates of the body. It means by controlling the mind and senses, Manohridi, Manohridi Niruddhacha, and keeping the mind focused at the heart chakra or heart. The heart chakra is known as Anahat chakra. And keeping Manohridi, mind at the Hridaya, and focusing and concentrating and there and keeping the mind there. If you do it, this is how you will be able to find God. So keeping the mind focused at the heart chakra. Earlier he had said focus between eyebrows. Now God is saying keep your mind focused at the heart chakra. So you can close your eyes, keep your attention between the lungs at one particular point and keep chanting some mantra like Radhe Radhe, Radha Krishna, Sitaram, Sitaram. If you are from different religion, you can pick up mantra from your own religion, or you can create your own religion like make there be peace on earth. So close your eyes, focus your attention between the lungs at the heart chakra within the spine at one point, and keep the mind focused there for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning and 10 to 15 minutes in the evening, and do it for 2 to 3 months regularly and see if there is any change in you. Let me assure you there will be tremendous amount of change in you. You will be benefited many folds. You will be able to do with minimum input, you will be able to get maximum output. So you should try to concentrate like this, chant some mantra, do 10 to 15 minutes in the morning, do it 10 to 15 minutes in the evening. And so the verse goes like this: Sarvadarani Sanyamya Manohradhi Niruddhacha. Mind, keep the mind focused at the heart chakra. And then God says, Murdhani Adhaya Atmana Pranam Asthita Yoga Dharanam, which means keep the attention focus in the head, that is between the eyebrows or at the third eye. I have given you the technique of third eye meditation also many times that you can find on my channel Moksha Kendra, or sorry, Eternal Journey. Earlier, the name of the channel was Moksha Kendra, and now it is Eternal Journey. So go on to that. We have lot many videos over there, and you can enjoy them. You can learn meditation, and if you have any queries regarding spiritualism, meditation, and Bhagavad Gita, you can do that. So, friends, we have come to today's session. Hope you liked it, you enjoyed it. I see that many of you were there online today with me, but you have not commented. You can still comment. I'll try and reply to your comments. And thank you so much for being with me. Hope we meet soon at the earliest tomorrow. Have a good day.